feeling. Like I would hope he would think about it and this would be in his mind, but I wouldn't actually know what another person is feeling at this time. You just can think that this person knows. And
JayZ has spent decades building himself into more than just a rapper. He became a mogul, a businessman, an icon whose name is synonymous with success, wealth, and influence.
Next, we gotta talk about JayZ and Rymir, right? So remember, Rymir, I think his name is Rymir Satterthwaite. I think that's how you say it. So he took JayZ to court because JayZ has been ducking and dodging not only this DNA test, but allegedly threatened Rymir. Rymir says because Rymir went public with his story years ago and has been maintaining that his deceased mother told him before she died that JayZ was his father, that his mother, his late mother and JayZ had a relationship. But the problem is that JayZ would have been like in his 20s and Rymir's mother was in high school. So, as of today, as of a few hours ago today, right? Because Rymir claimed that JayZ was sending goons to his house, calling his phone, saying that he was going to get shot, die in his car, whatever. Rymir has withdrew his lawsuits. Rymir withdrew his lawsuit today. Hold on, let me read it. Let me read it. Hold on. All right. Rymir Satterthwaite, pro se, so he didn't have no attorneys, okay? To the clerk of the Court of the United States and Federal Judge Percy Anderson and Judge Sherilyn Peace Garnett, blah, blah, blah. Sean Corey Carter. Oh, his middle name, Corey? Okay. It says, please take notice. Plaintiff Rymir Satterthwaite, pro se, submits his notice of withdrawal from the from the above complaint as a party to the action. The defendants have not filed an answer to the above complaint. I certify that the foregoing statements are true in the notice of withdrawal, and in any willfully false statements, I am subject to punishment. Sincerely, Rymir Satterthwaite. Okay, certified. Blah 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 blah. So, and he filed it on the 18th, but we just hearing about it now on the 23rd. So, wait, when was the 18th? 18th was Friday. So Friday, Rymir said, "Damn, now we good, we good. I'm gonna go and withdraw my case." Now, I just got another update from a source. They say Rymir is good. I'm assuming good. Alive, right? He's good. JayZ is trying to block the DNA, and that's all I got. I haven't been able to get further details. When I can actually speak to my source again, I'm gonna get the details. What does that mean? Because this paperwork right here say he withdrawing. So, I mean, his name is on it. He withdrew. I'm hoping he got paid. I'm hoping he got something for this, and that's why he's going away. But it don't look like it. But then, if JayZ does give him a settlement, he's not going to talk about it publicly. Of course, I don't know. But who are we to get mad at Rymir if his life was really being threatened and he you know what? I'm going to just go and withdraw. Because here's the thing, right? JayZ has a certain image, and JayZ has been able to keep this story quiet, keep it hush-hush. But there is something to it. Even if he's not this biological man, because it's a grown man, biological man's father, he must have slept with his mother. He know who his mother is. Because if this was just a complete stranger and you had never slept with...
For years, he has carried himself with the calm confidence of a man who seemed to have everything under control. But this latest turn of events has shattered that image in a way few could have predicted. The ongoing battle with Rymir, the man who has long claimed to be his son, has taken a shocking new direction, and for the first time, JayZ appears caught completely off guard. The empire he built on control, secrecy, and power now faces a crack that money alone might not be able to fix. For years, the whispers about Rymir have floated around the industry. Rumors that JayZ fathered a child decades ago and chose to keep that truth buried have never fully disappeared. Whenever they surfaced, JayZ would remain silent, never acknowledging the accusations directly. His strategy was simple: ignore it, let the noise die down, and move forward as if it never happened. And for a long time, that worked. The world was more interested in his music, his marriage to Beyoncé, his billion-dollar ventures, and his dominance over the culture than in some unresolved paternity claim. But Rymir never went away. He never stopped fighting. He never stopped.
We got to get into the JayZ Rymir stuff because things are getting very ugly between them too. Because court documents have come out where JayZ has basically responded, and he has stated that he went to actually go and see or JayZ's lawyers went to go and try and meet Rymir, but Rymir refused, and that last minute Rymir withdrew from his case because he was just very manipulative about what he is doing. Defendant JayZ hereby submits the following reply. Defendant filed his motion to dismiss plaintiff Rymir's frivolous lawsuit, the latest action in a long history of harassment from his mother and himself. The frivolous and vexatious nature of plaintiff's filing is evident. For a week and a half before filing the motion, defendant attempted to meet and confer with plaintiff about the grounds for his motion, and even asked if plaintiff would dismiss his complaint or any portion. Plaintiff not only refused to engage, which is a clear violation, but he basically did not even see him in any way, shape or form. Simply put, the plaintiff chose not to ignore the court's rules. Defendant would have spared the time and expenses of filing a motion. It is thus plaintiff's refusal to engage with defendant and then his filing of a notice of withdrawal, which clearly shows a waste of time because he wants to be doing press interviews and on social media. This conduct must be stopped, this long history of harassment. Not only that, but they're looking at Rymir to pay for the fees and the cost of all of this waste of lawyer time, which is what JayZ sees it as. JayZ's people tried to meet with Rymir, but he refused, and that he last minute withdrew everything, which basically shows that this is the waste of time, because why did you withdraw? You can't argue with the court of law. You can't argue with basically with the stipulations of what is going on. You simply cannot. But at the same time, as I always say, when it comes to Rock Nation, something in the buttermilk is not clean, because Rymir himself has broken silence and discussed with us as to why this has withdrawn. He doesn't really give clear answers, in a meticulous manner, but
hey, what's up with everybody? It's your boy Rymir here. I just want to get on here and let everybody know the updates, what's going on. It's been a crazy couple weeks, y'all. I want to let y'all know that I have not stopped my fight. I did withdraw my case. It's for a reason, y'all. It's not because I'm stopping with it or not going to refile it or anything like that. It's just a lot going on behind closed doors. That's only one case that we withdrew for right now. But it's a lot going on. You know how this industry works. These judges, these lawyers, these high celebrity people, they try to use all different types of tactics and call it what you want, bully tactics and different types of stuff to, slow it down and just change the narrative. So it's like, hey, we got to step back and play chess, not checkers. So we sitting back and we just observing everything right now. I just ask y'all to keep the support. Keep the support. I have not gotten any DNA tests. I have not gotten any settlement, anything like that. I wouldn't just take it. I would let y'all know, honestly, even if it wasn't y'all business. You guys been here for me all these years, supporting me. I wouldn't dare just run away with no money or nothing like that. So, no, that's not what it is. But as I said before, y'all, just keep your eyes open. This is bigger than me. This was never just about me. I'm trying to change things for the world, honestly, for the future. We need this to be changed. We don't need to continue to go in these courtrooms and don't get fair due process and everybody don't get discoveries and you just get treated unfairly. So it's just like, I'm standing on business and, I will continue to fight. So please don't think just because y'all seen that withdrawal is over. It's not over, y'all. Continue to fight with me. Continue to support me. I will support y'all. I love all y'all. And let's just keep moving forward. Let's just do that. That's all we can do, right? Can't sit there and dwell on nothing. As y'all said, I got a family. I got to take care of my family. I'm grown. That's what I do. So it's like, I don't sit
pushing for recognition. And now, after years of legal maneuvering and resistance, the case has shifted in a way that threatens to blow everything wide open. What makes this moment so devastating for JayZ is the element of surprise. He had grown used to the story resurfacing occasionally, used to brushing it off as baseless gossip, but this time, The legal system has stepped into the spotlight in a way that makes ignoring it impossible. New filings, renewed motions, and the persistence of Rymir's camp have forced the courts to revisit the matter. Suddenly, the story isn't just in the tabloids or the gossip blogs, it's in the courtroom. Backed by legal documents and a determination that refuses to die, the walls of protection JayZ once relied on seem to be closing in, and for the first time, his composure is visibly slipping. The courtroom atmosphere told the story best. Those who have followed JayZ's career know his demeanor well, always calm, calculated, rarely rattled, but when the latest legal moves were
Do you believe wholeheartedly that JayZ your father?
I really do. And if it's not, why you can't prove me wrong? Like, it's not far as a proving me wrong thing. It's go to the courtroom and basically do what everybody else would have to do. Like, it's not, you don't have to prove me wrong. I just want the truth. Honestly, I can take a no. I can take, if I'm embarrassed at the end of the day, I can take that. I really can. I've been through a lot, I've seen a lot. I could take me being embarrassed. Like, just can't take nobody not saying nothing. Like, you know, it's not fair. I was 7. My mom had to sit down with me. I guess she thought I was old enough to know now, and she been saying Sean Carter, that's what she was calling him at first before she was calling it JayZ, and I really didn't know who that was because I was young and, you know, had my little brother, and I really wasn't worrying about it. She was saying it a lot, but I really just was going along with the person I was just seeing, like the person I looked at who was taking care of me at that time. I really wasn't really trying to understand what my mom was talking about, but she constantly put it in my head like, son, it's not your father, and I really want you to know it is. This person is your father, and I just want you to know. And she continued to tell me that over the years and over the years and over the years, even until I was grown. He never tried to contact me in any type of way, and that's all I'm asking is, like, because I honestly really want the case to be over with. Like, I've been going through, just like I said, a lot, and as I said, I'm not chasing nobody. I'm not trying to do this to make somebody seem like a bad person, a bad father. I'm not trying to make nobody seem like a bad person or nothing. I'm just really coming out here for the truth. I don't want no money or anything. I wasn't looking for none of that. I just want to know the truth. And if I can't go to the courts and get the truth, like, what is it really? Why are you? What is it? I just really want it over. It's something that's really affecting my life, and I just want it over with. I work every day. I also have my own kids to take care of. So it's like, it's been a journey for me, and it's just like, you know, I just got so much on my name right now. I never ask for money. I don't do interviews just saying, hey, JayZ, give me your money, or I'm coming at the JayZ for his money. I never did that. I'm not that type of person. I work for everything. I work for everything. Next is, I'm just trying to basically make sure no other kids or nobody else in the world has to go through this. Basically, don't feel afraid to go to court and see if a person is your biological parents. You know, so many people are scared, and this is a big thing in the world. A lot of people don't have their fathers because they scared to go out and search for them, and sometimes it only take a little search. You know, go search, and if it's wrong, we're adults. Well, most of us adults, even for the teenagers, this being a role model for them, showing you can go in the courtroom, and if you're doing everything correctly, you should be able to just get treated as equal as the other person. You know, I've always been a person that I never hate anyone. I never, you know, I don't walk around with hate for a person. So I try to teach my kids that just be the best that you can be. So that's just a motto I go off. I would never hate JayZ. You know, it was never that type thing. You know, I respect him for everything he did. And as I said, I've been going through a whole lot through these years because this case, like me and my mom, my godmom, we didn't seen the worst. We didn't have people, you know, slander my name. Like, you want JayZ money, and I hear it all. I'm going to fight until I'm not here no more, and it's never going to be against no one. Like, you know, I'm going to continue to fight. It'll take another 10 years, maybe another 50.
The change in his expression was impossible to ignore. His jaw tightened, his eyes shifted uncomfortably, and his usual aura of control seemed to falter. For a man who has always dictated the narrative, being forced to react instead of control was a shocking sight. It was a reminder that no amount of success can completely shield someone from the truths of their past. For Rymir, this moment is the culmination of years of pain and persistence. His battle has never just been about headlines or attention, it has always been about legitimacy and identity. Imagine spending your life insisting that one of the most powerful men in the world is your father, only to be dismissed, ignored, and silenced. That fight alone takes an extraordinary level of determination. And now, with the case gaining traction again, Rymir finally has the chance to put his truth in front of the world. His persistence has forced the spotlight back onto JayZ, and the mogul's discomfort is proof that this time, the accusations may not be so easy to dismiss. The implications of this battle stretch far beyond the personal. JayZ has worked tirelessly
I don't know. I wouldn't know how he feeling. Like I would hope he would think about it and this would be in his mind. But you know, I wouldn't actually know what another person is feeling at this time. You just can think that this person knows and thinking about it and stuff like that. I really want to know. So my mom did tell me she went in there and filed a fraternity test, and it just basically I can say it was a whole lot of running around with that case. It was a whole lot of things that wasn't, what can I say? We didn't have enough information to push the case. That's what I basically can say. We didn't have enough information to keep the case going. So it was a big case to me because, you know, I really wanted to find out who my father was, and for the case not to go how I was planning it, I really thought it was going to go different than what it was. But, well, I really feel like it should have been over with because, you know, I feel like if it was anybody else, you know, like, I'm not saying this because people got higher standards or people make more money than that, but it's just different because, you know, if it was anybody else that made a low income, I feel like they would have had them in there way faster than people that's wealthy. I really try not to get frustrated, you know, basically. I really try not to think about it, you know, I go on with my life because, you know, anything could happen, but, you know, I still gotta live for myself at the end of the day, you know, I still gotta work and bring an income for me, you know, I can't sit around, you know, I gotta get up off my feet and do something, you know, I can't wait on the world, like I can't say, you know, I can't wait on anybody to want to respond when they want to. It is important that I know who my biological father is, just because, you know, my mom's health, I don't know if it's coming from our family or it's coming from the other side, and that would be something I really would want to find out because, you know, in the future, you don't know what could happen. And a lot of people are so quick to judge because they see somebody coming out and try to find out if the person, you know, trying to find out things, they so negative to push you down. Like, you know, people are just so quick to judge a person that's a low, I wouldn't say low income, but somebody that doesn't have it, and somebody that does, they always think, you know, you coming after that person's money, or they never look at the full story and things like that. It was rough, you know, living in Philadelphia, you know, it was a hard city. Like, you know, it started to get wilder as the years went on, like, you know.
Have you ever been in a situation where you were almost killed?
I have been. I wouldn't say the crossfire was for me, but it was people, like, it was a couple shootings that I have been around, but it wasn't for me. Like,
I have not stopped my fight, you know.
JayZ's legal battle with a man claiming to be his biological son is over for now. Rymir Satterthwaite has withdrawn his federal lawsuit against the rapper, who Rymir alleges to have impregnated his late mom Wanda during the 1990s. He says in a July 27th Instagram video,
Just want to get on here and let everybody know the updates, what's going on. It's been a crazy couple weeks, y'all. I want to let y'all know that I have not stopped my fight. You know, I did withdraw my case. It's for a reason, y'all. It's not because I'm stopping with it or not going to refile it or anything like that. It's just a lot going on behind closed doors. Hey, we got to step back and play chess, not checkers, so.
E! News has reached out to JayZ's rep for comment about Rymir's withdrawal but hasn't heard back. However, in the June 16th court filing obtained by E! News, attorneys for the Grammy winner, whose real name is Sean Carter, slammed Rymir's paternity allegations. The documents read, "The fabricated allegations and claims have been addressed and rejected in multiple other courts," adding that the federal lawsuit was just the latest in what JayZ's counsel described as decades-long harassment. Furthermore, JayZ's lawyers alleged Rymir's federal suit was not properly served, saying that the music mogul, who shares kids Blue Ivy and twins Rumi and Sir with wife Beyonce, did not learn of its existence until 1 month after it was filed in May. In their response to Rymir's lawsuit, JayZ's attorney asked the court for additional time to evaluate the complaint and determine how to respond or otherwise plead. For his part, Rymir said in his complaint that he was not suing for reparational child support, but for
to cultivate his public image. He isn't just a rapper, he is a symbol of cultural power, an icon of success, and a man whose story has been presented as one of triumph and transformation. But the allegations from Rymir threaten to undermine that carefully built image. If proven true, it raises disturbing questions about accountability, responsibility, and what lengths JayZ may have gone to in order to hide certain truths. Did he use his influence to silence the case? Did he leverage his power to keep Rymir at a distance? These questions linger, and no matter how they're answered, the damage to his image has already begun. The cultural impact cannot be overstated. JayZ has always been held up as an example of someone who transcended the struggles of his early life to become one of the most powerful men in the world. He is admired by millions, respected across industries, and positioned as someone whose word carries weight. But these new developments have forced fans and critics alike to reconsider what they know about him. Can a man truly be a cultural leader if he refuses to confront the truth of his own family? Can someone stand as a symbol of strength and honesty while accusations of abandonment and secrecy swirl around him? The silence from JayZ himself only fuels the speculation. His refusal to address the matter publicly has always been part of his strategy, but now that the legal battle has shifted in such a dramatic direction, his silence feels less like competence and more like avoidance. People are demanding answers, not just from him, but from those closest to him. What does Beyoncé think? How does his family handle the whispers? These questions only add fuel to the fire, making the story bigger and more uncontrollable by the day. As the case moves forward, the tension continues to rise. The possibility of a court-mandated paternity test looms, something that could end the debate once and for all. For years, JayZ has managed to avoid that moment, but now it seems closer than ever. If such a test were ordered and the results confirmed what Rymir has claimed all along, the fallout would be catastrophic, not just legally, but culturally. The image JayZ has worked so hard to protect would be shattered, and the narrative he has controlled for decades would be rewritten in an instant. Even if the case doesn't end with such a definitive conclusion, the damage is already.
Nicki Minaj was going off on everybody.
I seen it.
You know, it was going off on SZA, it was going on JayZ, you know, Rock Nation. Listen, what did she say?
The lady from, what's that, Desiree Perez?
Desiree Perez. Nicki said, "Dear JayZ and Deseret, you ruin hip hop, you ruin football, you ruin basketball, you ruin touring, you ruin Instagram, you ruin Twitter. The jig is up. All this is alleged and for entertainment purposes only."
I understand why she's saying it. You know what I mean? The lady Desiree, whatever. I mean, everybody knows that's the fact that she told on the cartel.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so that's just a fact. I mean,
it's a fact. Yeah.
I mean, and I can't believe that happened. That's crazy.
I mean, the fact that JayZ is this street guy,
and got her as the CEO.
And the CEO is a known informant.
Informant to that's crazy.
But
man.
I guess with him, it's like, well, this is the best person for the job, and she's a female, so fuck it.
I mean, that's one way to look at it.
I think that's how he looks at it. I don't know Jay like that.
I'm pretty sure she ain't the only person that can do that.
I can tell you this though, someone I know sent my video of me going at it with Tony Busby to JayZ, because remember JayZ was one of the people he tried to go after. You know, the whole bullshit 13-year-old story and everything else like that. And JayZ thought it was hilarious. He got a big kick out of that. So,
I mean, I don't know what it is between Nicki Minaj. I know that she said something about the son, JayZ's son.
Yeah, but he just dropped that lawsuit.
Or she did.
You know, but he said he's still going to file. I don't know. I don't think that's his son.
I do.
You do?
Hmm.
Why do you say that?
Because I don't think JayZ would offer him no money at all if it wasn't his son.
I don't think he offered him money.
Yeah, he offered him money.
Really?
Yeah.
See, but sometimes, listen, you got to understand. You've never been sued, have you?
No.
I've been sued multiple times. Like, you reach a point where financially it makes sense to settle, right? Like, I had a lawsuit where she wanted like $600,000. It was like a former employee that was just came up with a whole bullshit, accusation that had nothing to do with me, and blah blah blah. It was just a whole bullshit situation, and ultimately we got to the point where we spent about $75,000 already in legal fees, and she ultimately said, "I'll take $75,000 to settle." So it was going to be like, all right, we've already spent $75,000. If we go to court, I'm going to spend probably another $300,000, and I could probably win because there's really nothing here. But do I want to? Once I spend the $300,000, I can't sue her. And get it back.
Even if you win, you still lost.
I still lost.
Yeah.
I won, but I've just spent $400,000, right? So do I want to just back up out of it with $75,000, or do I want to spend $400,000 to make a point? I don't have $400,000 to make a point. Jay got $400,000 to make a point.
Let me ask you a question though. If you pop somebody's mom, pop the lady, would you take the test?
What do you mean? So
say it's a kid like, yo, I think you might be my dad. You pop the mom, would you take? I'm asking you, would you take the test?
Well, the problem with this story is that they're saying the mom was underage.
But besides all I'm saying, it might be your son. But that part, like, all right, the mom of the age.
The underage part makes it all very dicey. See what I'm saying? Like,
So past the fact that might be your son.
What do you mean?
Like, so if it might be your son, like, because the mom was underage, you wouldn't want to find out?
I mean, if it's going to ruin your whole life.
I don't think it'll ruin his whole life.
You made a very bad decision 30 years ago.
But your son? So you see, my thing is this, I'm not running from, if it's my son, I want to know.
Yeah, listen, I get it, right? And I have kids
Especially
as well.
If I got $1 billion, I'm not.
I have kids as well, you know, and I think it's a very hard choice because it's just, and the mom is dead at this point.
Yeah, it's the same.
So, but then again,
it's not hard for me.
You're gonna, you know, if Jay takes that DNA test and it proves to be positive, he's gonna be Jay the pedophile.
Visible. The fact that this legal battle has gained traction again proves that Rymir's voice cannot be ignored, and JayZ's silence cannot protect him forever. The shift in direction has caught him off guard, exposed cracks in his armor, and reminded the world that even the most powerful figures cannot outrun the past. Inside the courtroom, the energy shifted dramatically as the latest updates were revealed. JayZ, who has always projected an image of calm control, was visibly shaken as the possibility of being forced into an undeniable confrontation with his past became more real. The billionaire mogul, who has built his name on success, power, and influence, is suddenly being dragged into a fight that money and connections may not be able to silence. For Rymir, this is about more than headlines, it's about validation, identity, and truth. His persistence has kept the case alive, despite years of pushback and attempts to sweep it under the rug. Now, with new momentum on his side, his fight has gained national attention once again, sparking debates about power, accountability, and whether even the most untouchable figures in entertainment can truly escape their past. Fans who once dismissed the allegations as baseless gossip are now paying closer attention. Media outlets that once hesitated to cover the story are now running it front and center. Social media is ablaze with debates, theories, and arguments, with some defending JayZ fiercely while others demand accountability. The shift in tone is undeniable, and it has left JayZ in a position he has rarely found himself in: vulnerable, exposed, and forced to react instead of control. This legal battle is far from over, and the twists still to come could change everything. But one thing is certain, JayZ has been caught off guard in a way he never expected. The fight with Rymir has moved beyond whispers and rumors into the realm of undeniable legal reality, and whether he chooses to fight it head-on or continue to remain silent, the world is watching more closely than ever. His empire, his reputation, and his carefully crafted legacy hang in the balance, and for the first time in a long time, JayZ doesn't look like the man in control, he looks like the man on the defensive, struggling to keep the truth from breaking through.